tôi lần rồi chỉ xé tạ kén gạo là chỉ lấy một tua là thế là qua đó là thợ thiệt tàu bê tiền năng là một sai tụi mình cố luận gạo ấy trong đó chỉ mà lấy rong xé tất cả một thợ thiệt là một cái lựa giả là nhớ rồi ra mẹ nó chỉ hay hay là một thân cả bây giờ tuôn xài lúa.
The one thing every culture has are folk tales. Telling folk tales is one of the ways to pass down Hmong history, for example. There are stories full of love, war, ghosts, evil stepmoms, and mistreated orphans. The way that these folk tales travel is by the elders, or the OGs. They tell them to their kids and grandchildren. For example, people believe that the world was flipped and killed everything but two siblings, a boy and a girl. They got married and had a child, but that child was in the shape of a stone. They took pieces of it and spread them apart from each other, which made the 18 clans. These folk tales are important to Hmong history because they record important things in the past, like, well, when General Vang won a certain battle, or when the U.S. came to protect the Hmong people. Folk tales were also a form of entertainment at family gatherings. They would be widely known, and storytellers were praised for their abilities. My dad fondly remembers his dad telling him stories when he was young. It was a bonding memory, not only between him and his father, but between him and his siblings, as they all listened and experienced the stories. The kids and adults all enjoyed gathering around elders to hear the special way they told stories, with full expressions, pauses, and tones. The stories sometimes were a fusion between reality and fantasy that used life experiences to tell of the difficulties of life. When coming to America, and the tradition of telling stories started to vanish as other forms of entertainment became popular. People listened to music or watched YouTube videos rather than stories from an older generation. Or the advancement of art here in America. Hmong stories are being recorded for future generations. New storytellers are now creating books, plays, and movies. It is unfortunate that these old folk tales will be forgotten. But hope is not lost, for newer stories have taken their place. With the generations changing, the stories will change too. But the tradition of telling these stories may as well never be forgotten.